My spring story.
Okay.
My favorite spring story happened on Tuesday, April 23rd. I went to my school. As I walked, I saw some dandelions. Those dandelions were pretty and had finished growing up. So I blew the seeds. The dandelion seeds flew pretty like a butterfly. Next, I went to Wings Academy. I saw some bamboo. The bamboos were very long like a tree. Also, I saw some cherry tree blossom petal which flew in the air and also looked pretty. I thought the cherry tree blossoms were good and perhaps be like them. Another nice spring thing I saw was new grass. I touched the new grass. It felt like soft hair. I always go to Wings Academy with my bike. I like to ride my bike because that gives me exercise for my legs. At Wings, my super excellent, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, terrific, awesome, great, brilliant teacher allowed my class to play cups and rubbers. While I played cups and rubbers, I fell down because of a stone. So my skin was scratched, but I didn't cry.
True.
Also, my teacher taught us about being careful of the bees. The students were afraid, but my teacher told us not to kill the bees because they are very important in the spring.
True.
This spring day was so very good, but that my skin was hurt was bad. The very good part was 75%. The bad part was 25%. So this day was very good for my memory. Thank you. And I clap.
Arnold. What is it in English?
Touch.
Touch.
And what is touch? 과거동사.
Touched.
Touch.
Touch and touched.
This
Touch.
is not taught.
The teach.
No.
The teacher teaches us, and the teacher.
T-O-U-C-H.
No. T-O-U-C-H. Touch.
Yes.
Past tense is touched.
Touched.
T-O-U-C-H-E-D. Arnold, good job, bud. You're doing great.
What?
All right. Yeah.
Not
you're
a problem.
No, you're doing very well. Even when you made some pronunciation error, you actually went back and you tried to fix it again. So yeah, you did very well. Good job. Okay, keep it up. Good job. Okay, questions.
Jill said, "Flowers."
We study spring flowers,
Yes.
and you saw in a spring story, you say many flowers.
Yes.
And what do you like, and what do you the most like?
What's your favorite?
What's your favorite flowers?
Okay.
Cherry tree blossoms
Are
are good.
cherry blossoms are my favorite flower. You
My
can say.
favorite flower.
Okay, who's next?
Next is cute.
Do you like every flower?
Yes,
Why?
Hold on.
Because-
Answer in a full sentence, Arnold. Do you like every kind of flower?
yes I am. Yes, I like
like every.
every flower.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Because flower is all pretty
Yep.
and smell good and like my mother face.
Oh, like his mother's face. Good answer. Okay, next.
Next
No,
is
those are your team.
Anna.
Do you like bee?
Like bees.
Sometimes I like bee, but mostly I don't like bee. They're so. Yes. First is
You touch it. You said you touched new grass.
Touched.
You touched new grass.
Yeah.
yes.
What was your feeling?
I see. It felt
You're not,
softer.
you're not listening carefully to the stories, Charles. He said it felt soft like hair.
Like, oh, this is very
Yeah.
numerous.
And then,
Do you have another question?
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Then what is your very favorite flowers?
He already asked that. Good grief.
Didn't listen carefully.
What's your favorite season?
Spring.
My.
My favorite season is spring
Okay.
and fall.
Okay.
Why?
Because spring was sometimes
Is.
cool,
Mm-hmm.
is cool and warm, and fall is cool. Cool and cool.
So you don't like hot and you don't like cold?
Yes.
I understand. Okay.
But sometimes I like winter.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Why?
Because I make a snowman and snow fight.
Have a snowball fight.
Or I lie here and like a
Make a.
make
You know that.
shape.
You should know that from our Christmas vocabulary. Make a snow
Snow.
angel. Make a snow angel.
Rian teacher.
Okay, so Anna asked you if you liked bees, and you said sometimes you like bees and sometimes you don't like bees. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
No.
Never?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's good. You're lucky.
I look at the bee
Yeah.
and I use my brownie.
Super speed.
But come, but I think so. Sometimes there's bee, so I'm but there's a flower and there's two bee,
Yeah.
and I come.
Bees will not bother you. If you, like I said before, if you don't bother the bees,
The bees.
if you don't bother the bees will not bother you.
Yes.
Right?
Teacher,
Yeah.
the bee front of me
Yeah.
and I kick it.
Yeah, don't. Just leave the bees alone. If you just leave the bee alone and you don't freak out, the bees will not bother you. Bees. Bees are a little bit different. I don't know, I don't think I've seen a wasp or a hornet in
Horse
Korea.
bee, horse bee.
Horse bee?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I have to ask
No,
Sarah teacher.
hornet maybe.
Yeah, it could be. They can be a little bit of a problem. If you bother them, they can come and attack you. But regular flower bees, just don't bother them and they don't bother you. The worst place is if you get stung on your foot. If you get a bee sting on your foot. So in Canada, for example, when we go to Canada, Joseph, you'll understand, but we have a big grass in front of the house. And many times there's some dandelion or something there, and we would play on the grass, right? But in Canada, very often, if we're in the summertime, I don't wear any shoes. Just walk around, no shoes. Yeah, very common. Canada culture. So if you're walking on the grass, sometimes you might step on a bee, on a dandelion, and the bee stings you on the foot. Oh, yeah.
What about
That's
horse?
it.
Horse bee or very big horse?
Yeah, well, usually you can see those, but yeah, big news. Okay, Arnold, good job. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Joseph, did you have another question for Arnold?
No, you.
You have a question for Hugh.
No. You say
Yeah.
you like any flower,
Yeah.
and I think no, very terrible flower.
Like what?
No, poop flower.
A poo flower? Oh, the poo smell flower? Yeah, but you don't get those in Korea. Do you know what he's talking about? There's one flower that's very special, and when it blooms,
Yes.
it smells like poop. Like really like poop. Or like someone who's dead,
Do you
but you
like
can't get those in Canada. You get those in Thailand or someplace like that, but you can't get them in Korea. Okay, good job, Arnold. Yay!